Hi guys, and thanks for joining me today for the next tag swap in mine and the lovely Belle over at Bellevue Creations Wheel of the Year tag swap series. And I am so excited to be doing Samhain. And sadly, we only have one left after this, and it has been such a fun series. And now if you haven't checked out Belle's channel yet, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, be sure to pop on over after you watch this, say hi from me, give her lots of love, and see her make the tag that I will unbox at the end of this video, and see her unbox the one that you're watching me make. And today I will be talking about the Sabbath of Samhain within the Wheel of the Year, sharing how I personally honour this sacred time and walking you through the correspondences, the magic, the rituals, and of course the fun Halloween side that I also celebrate along with my husband. So grab a candle, maybe something autumnal to drink, and let's dive in while you watch me make Belle's tag. And I am leaning into the more spookier stuff for this tag, so lots of bats, skulls, ravens, because I just wanted to have fun making this one and go completely OTT with the spooky season vibes. And I will also be tucking a few spells and rituals into this tag as well. So yeah, and I do, you'll see me making these three things here because I'm making a trifold tag, and then I realised that bit of Tim Holtz packaging I cut too small, because even though I didn't measure properly, so I will be adding a different bit in a minute. So yeah, enjoy. Now Samhain, which is pronounced Samhain, but it is spelled Samhain. I'm laughing because if you've I've never really watched the series Supernatural, but I have kind of seen it odds and ends. But if you Google or type into YouTube Supernatural episode Samhain, spelled Samhain, then you'll find a hilarious clip of them talking about some witches and the fact that they're trying to fight this demon called Samhain, and it absolutely cracked me up. Just the complete just totally committing to the bit of not being able to pronounce Samhain properly. So after you've watched this, go and search that because it's hilarious. Now where was I? Oh yeah, so Samhain is the festival that falls on October 31st and November 1st in the Northern Hemisphere. It's a cross-quarter Sabbath, so meaning it marks the halfway point between the autumnal equinox and the winter solstice, and it marks the turning of the wheel into the darker half of the year. It's often called the Witch's New Year. It's a time when the harvest is done, the leaves have fallen, the fields lie bare and the night draws in. And of course, all across the world, you may start seeing different things happening. Here, it is definitely dark and cold now. But in the few days that we do get a sunny day, the autumnal leaves look absolutely beautiful against the bright blue sky. And I know some of you are still fully in hot season and still eating salads. I'm fully immersed in soup season now. Now that bit of backing paper that I'm using, I used in one of my October makes where I was spraying a spider, and I thought it left a really cool imprint in there. So I thought that would make a nice backing for this tag. So I've used that there. Now Samhain's a powerful time of liminality. The veil between the worlds of the living and the dead is said to be at its thinnest, and many practitioners focus on ancestor work, honouring the forgotten dead, divination, and reflection on endings and beginnings. And because I love weaving both the sacred and the fun, the mystical and the whimsical, I will be telling you how I bring together the honouring of ancestors, deep spiritual work, and the joyful Halloween celebrations all in one flow. Now, as you can see, I chopped out another bit of card there just to use as the third tag, and then I accidentally put them all in the wrong order as well, but it's okay. I like how it works, and I really like that sparkly black card that I've got in the middle one there. It really does shimmer nicely, and I was trying my hardest not to get too attached to it and actually stick stuff onto it, because I was very much at the risk of just leaving it blank because I really liked it. Anyway, so let's start with some correspondences for Samhain. So the colours most associated with Samhain are probably not a surprise: black, deep purple and silver with touches of autumnal orange. So black represents death, endings and the unknown. Purple symbolises liminality and mystery. Silver connects to the moon and the other world. And orange brings in the final remnants of the harvest. The elements that resonate most strongly are, well, all of them. Air for spirits and communication. Water for memory and emotion. Earth for grounding and harvest. And fire for transformation. And astrologically, Samhain falls under the zodiac sign of Scorpio, so the energy of transformation, endings, underworld mysteries and rebirth is strong. Pluto, the modern ruler of Scorpio, emphasises death and rebirth cycles, and it's a time for introspection, shadow work and looking deeply at what needs to change. The key intentions and powers of Samhain are endings and beginnings, honouring the dead and ancestors, divination, transformation, stillness and reflection. It's the end of the harvest and the beginning of the dark half of the year. It's a moment to release what no longer serves us and make space for what is to come. The deities associated with Samhain include the goddess in her crone or wise woman aspect, and the god in his wild hunter or underworld guide aspect. From Celtic and Irish traditions, we have the Morrigan, goddess of battle, death and transformation, and Aron, lord of the underworld. But more than any specific deity, Samhain belongs to the ancestors themselves, the spirits of our bloodline, our spiritual lineage, the animals who have passed, and the forgotten dead. The symbols of Samhain are ones that remind us of the season's essence: skulls, skeletons, gravestones, autumn leaves, bare branches, all signs of the cycle of life, death and renewal. Animals of the dusk and night, ravens, owls, bats, black cats, also hold strong Samhain energy. And I do use all of those animals in this tag in one way or another. And I actually made the tag before I started looking up all the correspondences. So it's just what feels right, isn't it? Now the plants and foods of this Sabbath, again, they're not going to be a surprise. Pumpkins, squash, root vegetables, nuts and dark breads. I don't really know what that is. I guess brown bread. The last of the harvest. And these are grounding foods that link us to the earth and to gratitude for what the land has given. Divination tools such as mirrors, tarot cards and runes are particularly potent at this time, as the veil is thin and insight flows more freely. In tarot, this is the season of the death card, not as an omen, but as a symbol of transformation. The Tower, Judgment and the Aces also resonate deeply. During October, so every day anyway, I pull a tarot card in the morning to set me up for the day. But during October, I pull two cards. I have the Halloween Oracle, which is, I'm just grabbing it, Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Those are Oracle cards. And I also have the Macabre Tarot by Samantha Rook. And it's in the coolest box. Which also has sound effects, and the battery's running out on mine and I can't get the battery pack out, and now it just kind of makes a weird noise every time I open it. But yeah, I pull one each of those every morning during October. A waning moon or new moon is ideal for release work, and a full moon can be used to amplify any divination that you do as well. So check out the moon phases for the month. And there are some lovely blessings and prayers for Samhain that I draw on. One of them, particularly from the Learn Religions website, says, "This is the night when the gateway between our world and the spirit world is thinnest. Tonight I honour my ancestors. You are dead but never forgotten, and you live on within me." And another one that says, "Tonight is the honouring of the harvest's end, the turning of the wheel, the passing of the light into the dark. We thank the earth for its bounty and look ahead to the dark months." And I often incorporate these sorts of words into my rituals or adapt them to make them my own. And so now you'll be seeing what we're doing. Oh yeah, so I was using some of that old, some of that scrapbook paper just to join the joins, and some of my Llewellyn book of the Wheel of the Year, Samhain bit, to pop on the pocket, because I've been doing that on all of them. I don't know if I've shown you yet, but I'll mention it now. So the thing that I hand drew for this one is a bat, because I thought everything that I've done for bells had a bat on there somewhere. There's a lot of them on here, so I thought I would also just draw a bat as well. And I do some hand stitching at the end, which you'll see. And it's pretty obvious what I've hand stitched. And then that's paper that you can see in the corner, that kind of purpley orange paper. That's one of those ones that I did recently, that's available on my Ko-fi, and I embossed, so I sprayed distress sprays on it and then embossed it with spiders and spider webs, and it looks super cool. It's really hard to tell on screen, but in real life it looks really, really cool. And that bat there is the one that I drew, and then I painted it black and spattered some distress inks across it. So now I just want to share what I personally do for Samhain and how I celebrate and honour this time. So all through October I celebrate the time we're in. I visit the cemetery where a family member lies and I lay flowers, but I also walk among the old abandoned graves. I read names out loud and I tell them you have not been forgotten. And there's some graves there that are really old. They're like maybe 200 years old. And at home, my house is completely transformed for Halloween. I say completely transformed. I do have what some might call Halloween decorations up all year as my normal house decor, but I add a few more in. Okay, I have decorations everywhere. And yes, even a Halloween tree that lights up purple, covered in little Halloween baubles, is joyful and spooky and cozy all at once. And if you go on my Instagram, AmethystRaven342, I actually put some pictures of my Halloween decorations on there, so take a look. I clear and clean my ancestor altar, and on it I place photographs, candles and tokens of loved ones who have passed. On the evening of Samhain, I begin my ritual to honour the forgotten dead. I light candles, one for the men, one for the women, one for the children, and one for the animals who have passed and have been forgotten. I say, spirits of the forgotten, you are not lost, you are remembered tonight. I reflect on the harvest being complete, on the living world winding down, and on how the realm of the dead draws closer. At my ancestor altar, I will light a candle there too, and I might say something along the lines of, spirits of my ancestors, I call to you and welcome you. You watch over me always. Your blood runs in my veins. Your spirit is in my heart. You are dead but never forgotten, and you live on within me. I sit in stillness, allowing their presence to be felt. Sometimes I sense a warmth or a whisper or a memory. I might leave offerings, a little food or some water, a flower, something like that, that is kind of linked to what they liked. I do a Samhain tarot spread. I shuffle my cards and lay them out in a pattern. I generally get it from I'm on Witch Wednesday's Patreon, and she had an ebook, a Samhain ebook, and it has tarot spread on there. But something that you could do is something like card 1 would be what needs to be released from the past year. Card 2, what my ancestors or the forgotten dead are offering me this year. Card 3 would be what new seed is ready to be planted. Card 4 could be guidance for the coming dark half of the year. And card 5, a hidden block or shadow that I need to illuminate. And this is a time when messages often come through very clearly. I thank the cards and the ancestors for their guidance. And it's also just a good time to reflect on the year that's passed, what I've achieved, what I've lost, what I'm ready to let go of. And I ask, what do I want to carry into the new year? And then I write, or I just sit in silence, listening, reflecting. The candle becomes my focus, a symbol of the light that remains in the dark. And of course, because it's Halloween, the fun begins too. So my husband and I always celebrate together. We eat lots of sweets. We watch the movie Halloween. That's our annual tradition. The Saturday before Halloween, we always go pumpkin picking. There's like a garden centre farm shop thing where they have like a big pumpkin picking field. And then on pumpkin carving day, which is either later that day or the next day, we watch Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2 and carve our pumpkins whilst the scent of autumn fills the house. Throughout all of October, we watch as many spooky season movies as we can, everything from Practical Magic and The Craft to The Addams Family and Beetlejuice to Sleepy Hollow, Dracula, and even hilarious slasher movies like Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scary Movie, all of which kind of blur into one in my head and I never quite remember which is which, especially on Scream. All the way through Scream, I keep thinking it's a Scary Movie. And then on Dia de los Muertos, we watch Coco, which is such a beautiful film about remembering those who came before us. And it just feels like the perfect way to close that cycle of ancestor honouring and celebration. And I hope you've seen Coco because it's just gorgeous. So for me, Samhain is about both. It's about deep remembrance and simple joy. I honour the ancestors and the forgotten dead. And I also honour life through laughter, sweets, films, and the flickering purple glow of my Halloween tree. It's all one big circle of remembrance, release, and renewal. So now here I'm just looking to see what all bits that I can add in. I've put that little tag in there with an eyelet and some fabric as a pretending tag behind that pocket. I'll put some other stuff in later. And then I thought I didn't quite get it straight when I was sticking it together, so I've put that back ribbon along the side as well, just to hide my errors. Now, if you would like to celebrate Samhain yourself, here are some ideas that you could try. You could hold a dumb supper, which is a silent meal in honour of the dead. Set a place at the table for your ancestors or for the forgotten souls and eat in silence, inviting them to join you in spirit. You could do an ancestor photo walk. So take photos or tokens of your loved ones who have passed and visit a meaningful place to remember them. As I was just saying that then, I was like, take photos of your loved ones who have passed. That's a bit morbid. But no, take photos with you of those people. Don't, yeah. Sorry, that was supposed to be a really lovely memorial thing there. Take photos or tokens of your loved ones who have passed and visit a meaningful place to remember them. You could gather around a fire or sit by candlelight and share stories of your ancestors, your family history or old folklore, which kind of goes back to what they do on Dia de los Muertos, where they have picnics in graveyards, and it's like they're just having a wonderful time with their ancestors and their dead loved ones. It's great. You could hold a divination circle using tarot, runes or scrying to connect with guidance for the coming months. You can make a harvest leftovers meal using autumnal vegetables, nuts and dark bread to give thanks for the final bounty of the season. It could be as simple as you could take a nature walk, collecting fallen leaves, acorns or seed pods to decorate inside your home or your altar if you have one. You could do shadow self-journaling, so write down the habits, fears or thoughts that you want to release and then safely burn or bury the paper as a symbolic act of letting go. You could also write things on like leaves and stuff and then bury those if you don't want to bury paper. You could light candles or lanterns outside to guide the spirits or to simply honour the light in the darkness. You might also refresh your ancestor altar if you've got one, so adding new photos, favourite foods, flowers or little mementos that connect you to those who came before. And you could always include blessings or chants, and there are some lovely ones online, or you can make up your own to mark the evening. It doesn't have to rhyme, you can say whatever you want, just talk from the heart. So now I've got I've put that raven on that skull there, which is cute. And then these are some of my new stamps that I've got. I try and do a witch one, but because that tag is on the front with the fabric, it doesn't quite work, so then I go over it with something else. So yeah, enjoy that mess in a second. Now, Samhain itself is a deeply meaningful Sabbath. It's rooted in endings, memory, and honouring those who came before us. It's the time to reflect, to release, and to listen. And when I combine my own personal rituals, the ancestor altar, the cemetery visits, the tarot, the candle work, with the joyful celebrations of Halloween, the pumpkin picking, the films, the sweets, it just becomes a full and balanced way of marking the turning of the year. And here I am just dirtying up some black and white fabric. I found 3 different black and white fabrics in my collection stash, so I thought I would use them all, because why not, eh? So I'm just splashing some distress inks over them, and I did it with another bit, but I kind of did that off camera as well. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to Belle for continuing with this Wheel of the Year tag swap with me. I am truly honoured to be a part of it, and it was such a great idea that she had to do this, so I absolutely love it. And thank you to everyone that is watching. I hope this has given you some inspiration for your own Samhain, whether you're honouring your ancestors, practicing divination, or simply enjoying the cosy, spooky season in your own way. You don't have to be like witchy or pagan or anything like that. You can just you can do these things just in whatever way speaks to you yourself. And please do head over to Belle over at Bellevue Creations to see her video too. I cannot wait to see what she's made for Samhain for me and what she talks about. She often goes into the history of the Sabbath and the Irish side, so maybe she'll talk about Stingy Jack. And I think she told his story last year, though I'm pretty sure it was Belle, but I could be misremembering. But first, do stay tuned to the end of this video to see me unbox the tag that Belle has made for me, and it's absolutely my favourite part of this process. So I'm just finishing by decorating some of the inserts that I'm going to pop into the tag pockets. But yeah, basically it's a trifold tag filled with lots of spooky symbols, bit of fun, bit of whimsy, lots of charms. It's got a book, pumpkin, owl, key, pentacle, triple moon, and another moon. And there's a skull on the pretend tag as well. There's some fabrics that I got messy with distress sprays, and I actually got quite a lot of myself messy as well during this process. I also used a bit of grit crypt paste. I did some stenciling and stamping, my hand-drawn bat that I painted and splattered, the hand stitching of Belle's name, and included some spells and rituals that Belle might like to do, and held things all together with a super cute cat paper clip. So I really hope that Belle likes it. I just got excited and wanted to put everything on there. And there were just so many things left over as well that I'd wanted to include and didn't have the space to, but hopefully what I've put on there does the job. So if you like this, please do give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and share the video. Leave me a comment telling me your favourite Samhain tradition or how you like to celebrate. I'll be showing you a close-up of it all in a second, and do please keep watching for the unboxing. But before we get to that, I will just leave you with this. May your Samhain be blessed, may your ancestors feel remembered, and may your heart find light in the dark half of the year. Okay, it's here. It's my lunch break. I could not wait until later to unwrap my tag. I've got my jack-o'-lantern cup of tea and let's get into it. This is my favorite part of the thing. And look at all the lovely stickers. A little bat, witchy, flowers, gorgeous, gorgeous. Excited. Right, let's just get into it with some scissors so I don't rip the stickers. Okay. Ooh, I love this fabric. Oh my gosh, look at this beautiful eyelash trim. I don't own eyelash trim apart from what Belle's given me on my tags. Look at this black pentacle charm. That's gorgeous, and this fabric is delicious. I want curtains made of it immediately. Okay. Oh, this time I'm going to try and oh, there's extra charms. Look. Oh my gosh, hang on. I need to get here so I can see properly. There's a little sparkly bat charm and a raven charm. Can you see? So cute. Yeah, so what I was about to say was last time, it wasn't till I was watching Belle make my tag that I realised I'd completely missed a bit that flips open. So I'm going to try and make sure I don't miss anything this time. But that is the joy of getting the stuff made for you and then watching it be made, because you can see all those secret hidden places that you wouldn't necessarily look for or that you wouldn't notice on your first go at it, and then you learn how it's made and it's great. Right, I'm going to put this over here. Gorgeous. This lovely, lovely fabric. Let's get into it. Ooh. Card. Let's see. Lovely Samhain card. Yeah, I gave Bella a Halloween one. That's so cool. Who's that? And it tells you. I love these cards, Belle. Where did you get them from? Because you've given me ones before. Samhain blessings, Tiff. I hope you like this tag. I got to play in my favourite style and use some favourite things. Ooh, the stamp die kit is a spare I completely forgot about, but found in the most random place when decluttering, so it's obviously meant to be sent to you. Just one tag to go, but hopefully we'll do something else next year. Have an amazing Samhain Halloween, Belle. Look, this is beautiful. Look, it's got I don't have tarot stamps. It's got a well, it's divination stamp. Not palmology, what am I trying to say? Palmistry stamp. Compass thing, snake, tarot cards, sun, stars, a planchette, and some in the background that you stamp, die cut and then stamp over it. Thank you, Belle, I love it. Amazing. And then the tag. Used her Tim Holtz. Pick my jaw up off the floor. If you've seen her October video for one of them, when she picks her jaw up off the floor. She uses this. And there's the Samhain, and here's some charms at the top. So what have we got? We've got gravestone, another one of the bats, a thing that says regions beyond, and a skeleton. Look at him. Spooky, scary skeletons. You tell I'm excited. So we've got this gorgeous paper in the background, and I think that's Belle's hand-dyed paper that she die cuts out of. It's those colour, whatever they're called ones, where you've got to cut it all out in the different colours. So I appreciate the effort that goes into doing one of those die cuts. Look, this is so... Do you know what that looks like? I went to New Orleans last year. My husband took me for my 40th birthday, and we went to see some tombs. We went to the cemeteries with the tombs, and it was all like that. It's amazing. These bats, and she put some crypt grit paste on. Love it. Like I'm alive. Halloween night. And an invocation to bless the new year, because it is the Witch's New Year. Amazing. Love that. Why am I putting that all the way over there? Keep that here. And eat, drink and be scary. Oh, look, it's got some shimmery shimmers on it. Witch's hat, gorgeous stitching. I think that's at Release the Crafting. And some lovely stenciling on the back, and look at this gorgeous fabric. It's back. They're gilded, purple shimmery gilded. That nearly went in my teeth. Oh, and then a prayer to the Morrigan. Look what she's done to this paper. It looks so cool. From Llewellyn's Sabbath Essentials. Amazing. I will be reading that properly in a bit. And then we've got some Edith Holden on the back. Got one of the Tim Holtz ghosties, some trees in the background. And then on the other side, we've got a belly band here. Look at the sparkly cat. You see, skeletons freaked out the cat and laughed. That's just what I did. And there's a Tim Holtz October. Some ghost stories are true. I love those ghosts, they're so funny. And the gravestones, love it. Look at this paper in the background, awesome. And look at this paper as well, the skulls, jack-o'-lanterns. Ooh, this is embossed with skulls, can you see? Ooh, gorgeous paste. Oh, it's gold gilding. Well, it's the multicolored gilding flakes. Amazing. Some writing space. This is just fabulous. Thank you so much. Oh, am I missing something? Hang on. Nope. Or does this go up? No, I don't want it. Hang on. There we go. It does. Look. When witches don't fight, we burn. It's got graveyard at the bottom. Amazing. I love this. Now, does it open up any further, or is that everything? I think that's everything, yes. I don't want to miss anything, but I also don't want to break anything, because I might do that too. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And thank you so much for the stamp and die set. That is amazing. And the card and all the tags. I adore this. I hope you all enjoyed this. Yeah, we've only got one left now, and then it will be what we're going to do for next year. Any ideas, do let me know. And we'll be back for the next tag swap for Yule at the end of December, around the 21st of December, thereabouts. But in the meantime, I'll be back in soon with something else. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and happy Halloween. Bye.